Can a quieter ride still deliver that legendary Flowmaster roar, or are we just swapping muscle for manners? Hey guys, and welcome back to the shop. No, this video is not about arcade machines, but this is what's been taking up my time recently. So I apologize for how long it's taken me to get this video out, but there will be a video coming out on these arcade machines in the future. Today we've got a showdown between two Flowmaster favorites, the aggressive 40 Series Delta versus the smoother 50 Series Delta. We're putting these two head to head to see if the extra sound dampening in the 50 Series will capture the Flowmaster character without sacrificing that thrilling exhaust note. The 40 Series Deltas bring that bold, authoritative rumble, the kind of soundtrack that's pure horsepower and attitude. Flowmaster promises a deep-throated growl without the cabin drone, but we're about to see if they live up to the hype. On the other side, the 50 Series Delta promise a slightly quieter, refined tone. Flowmaster claims this version balances power and comfort perfectly. But is it still fun, or does it tone things down too much? To help you decide, I'll be capturing both mufflers with my high-quality audio setup, ensuring you can hear every detail of their distinct voices. Turn up your speakers, get comfortable, and let's start by checking out what the 40 Series Deltas have to offer. Hey guys, Future Chris jumping in here to get a quick word in. You are really going to be surprised with the results of this video. Not what you expected to happen, so make sure to stay tuned. Alright guys, got the 40 Series Delta Flows on here, ready to record them in hi-fi stereo at 2, 4, and 8 yards. Here we go. Yards, 4 yards, 8 yards away, there's the 8-yard rev. There's the 2-yard rev. At 55 miles an hour. We didn't quite make 100. This car was in the way. There's 0 to 90. All right, 65 miles an hour. $70 miles an hour. All right, here's our idle. All right, those 40 Series Deltas deliver exactly as promised. Deep, powerful, and aggressive. Outside of the car, they're pure muscle car bliss. But inside, it's still clear they're not messing around. If you love a soundtrack that may end in ringing ears, these mufflers have got you covered. Stick around, because next, we're bolting on the 50 Series Deltas so that you can hear them in hi-fi stereo. Let's find out if they can tone down the cabin noise without dialing back too much of that awesome Flowmaster character. Here we go. Now, I'll overlay a picture on the screen, but you can see here the welds. You've got two chambers here, one here and one here, and then an empty space in the middle. And these are the two Heim-Holtz resonance chambers, and they're designed to kill that interior drone that is going on inside your car. I bought a different muffler clamp instead of crushing your pipes together here, this is just going to slip over that one and then over your pipe coming in, and just simply pull them together snug so that you don't have to crimp. And that makes, you know, whenever next time you have to take your exhaust off or whatever, you don't have to fight with it to try to get it apart like you're getting ready to see me do over here. The difference in size between the 40 and the 50 series. So the 50 series is about 3 3/4 inches longer. Let's get the other one off. The pipe's not going to go any further into the muffler than here. As you can see, we got a reduction there. So we're going to have to cut the pipe right there at 3 3/4 inches. That's exactly how much longer the 50 series is than the 40s. All right, guys, there it all is. Flowmaster 50s. They're not much longer now. These come almost all the way back to your floor pans there, as you can see. Okay, guys, the 50 series mufflers are installed, and we're going to do our interior decibel level test right now. We'll start with an idle test. Windows up. 55 miles an hour. Miles an hour. 67.5 miles an hour. From 2 yards. From 4 yards. And from 8 yards. Now we'll get a maximum rev decibel reading from 8 yards away. There's the crank test. Series deltas here on the left, 50 series deltas on the right. You can see the chamber here at the bottom of the 50 series matches exactly the 40 series, so that part is exactly the same. The only difference is these two Helmholtz resonance chambers. So that's what's killing our interior drone. So there you go, guys. Not a lot of difference in these two. Now, would you think that would make that much flow difference as far as performance goes? I don't know. It's possible. But anyway, not a lot of difference. 40 series deltas versus the 50 series deltas. What do you think? These tests were quite surprising, weren't they? I did not expect the 40 series Deltas to be louder inside the car and quieter outside the car than the 50 series. This again is why the 50 series are still my favorite mufflers. So just to recap here, at 55 miles an hour, the 40 series Delta inside the car was about 2 decibels louder. 67 miles an hour, the 40 series were about 4 decibels louder. And at 70 miles an hour, the 40 series were 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, were about 7 decibels louder. That is significant. Now, our idle is almost indistinguishable between the two. You're at 73.7 with the 50 series, 74.6 with the 40 series. Now, outside the car, at 2 yards, identical. At 4 yards, identical. At 8 yards, the 50 series are actually 1.3 decibels louder. Moving on to our 8-yard rev, 50 series is louder by 4 decibels. Third gear drive-by, 50 series once again is louder at 2 decibels louder. The drag race start, now this could be camera placement, it's showing that the 40 series were about 2 decibels louder. So guys, that's very surprising results. So what are you gaining by buying the 40 series? Maybe some horsepower, I don't know. The 50 series may not generate the horsepower that the 40 series generate. I don't have the means to test that. So this is only audio comparisons here. So, but if you're just going by the sound of the car and what you like to hear, 50 series wins again. Obviously on your car, you may find slightly different results because I don't have catalytic converters and I've got a fairly big engine in this Fox body, the 351 with the big heads. Now I do plan in a future video to upgrade, swap out the intake and the headers on this car. I've been chatting back and forth a lot with my buddy Dan McCain, who has an amazing car. I'll put some links down below. You should go check it out. That thing is killer. He's been giving me some advice about the bottlenecks on my current motor. So the Cobra intake, even though it's big dogs ported, it's still going to be a bottleneck. And I've got the shorty headers on there, which is also a bottleneck. So we're going to be swapping out the long tube headers at some point in the future, and either a Trick Flow or an Edelbrock intake that's designed more for this engine. Anyway, guys, leave me any comments down below. Let me know what you think. What is your experiences with these mufflers? And what mufflers would you like to see tested next? I've got quite the list going here. I've got about 15 mufflers that you guys have recommended. But so far, a pair hasn't emerged as a winner. So far, I have 3 votes for the Black Widow Venom 250s versus the original 40s. And then second in line will be the Borla Pro XS versus the 50s. And I've got a couple people that want to see the Dynamax Ultra Flows. And if you have any advice about my intake, exhaust situation, feel free to drop it down below. I'd love to hear your comments. I'm no expert in this field. I'm just making these videos as a means to learn. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.